Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. In this video, we're going to take a look at the newest community update, which is all about Vulture and a couple other tidbits here. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. But first, before we do that, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So we're going to do a couple different things here. We're going to go through the community update, which there's not a whole lot there. It's been pretty light on info lately. So you can kind of tell in the Marvel Strike Force world, there's a little bit of a lull, which is not a bad thing necessarily. We're getting past all the movies and stuff. And if you watch that interview with Cerebro and Casino, they talked a little bit about that in there, just about how the movies are done. They can start focusing on some other stuff, which is fantastic. So a little bit of a lull is not a bad thing, but we're going to do a few things in this video. We're going to go over this. We're going to jump over into the game, and I'm going to take the team, the full Sinister Six team, back into Blitz and just kind of play around with some stuff that I've been just testing in Blitz and stuff like that, and really talk about how the team plays. Now, I have done videos on all of the Sinister Six profiles and stuff, leveling up. So if you haven't seen those, periodically you will see some things popping up over there in that corner. For me, it's the ceiling, but but you will see those pop up if you want to go ahead and take a look at those as well. But this video is all about this community update, going into the game, and really kind of giving some thoughts on this team overall. All right, and so Vulture flies into battle. You'll need air support if you're taking on city heroes, and luckily for you, Vulture has you covered. All right, so for him, someone had asked if you needed to buy the pack in order to get him and stuff. No, you don't need to buy the pack. He is coming into Blitz. It says here this Thursday, so this came out yesterday. So today's Saturday, yesterday's Friday. It's coming out Thursday. So next week, he's going to be available in Blitz. So you can go ahead and fight for him in Blitz. So you can get him free to play. So it's going to be very cool. Ruthless Raptor not only strikes for devastating damage that increases with each negative effect, which is pretty cool, but his attacks hinder city hero offenses by applying slow and offense down. The slow is pretty cool with this team. I do have some concerns with this team that I talked about in the Vulture video, but I'll talk about them again in this video as well. We've also got the beta raid coming. Now, this is a little bit different. The beta raid is featuring city villains, so a new beta raid is on the way. City villains are a featured trait. So let's jump into the game really quick. Let's take a look at city villains. All right, and here we go. So I have it. I like this. This is a cool feature in the roster, being able to select multiple things. So these are your city villains. So that's pretty much what it is your Sinister Six, a couple of your Spider-Verse, and then you've got your Hand and Mercenaries. So that is who you have to play with in that new beta raid that's coming. All right, next we have 2 times the Mercenary event. So if you're looking to recruit more mercs in the upcoming Mercenary Flash event, then we're going to be able to go ahead and get some mercs for that, and that's going to help you if you need merc shards in order to build up that team, so you can go ahead and jump into the new beta raid that's going to be coming. Now, I don't have a date on it, so I don't know when that's going to happen. All right, so that's all there is in this community update. Like I said, very, very thin on some information. So we're just going to jump back into game, and we're going to play around with the Sinister Six here. So let's go ahead and jump into Blitz. All right, and here we are. So I was able, in the video for Vulture, I wasn't able to get him to gear tier 9, but I was able to eventually get him there. So that's where he is. Everybody's sitting at gear tier 9 except for Mysterio. Need to work on him a little bit. As I've mentioned, most of my purple gearing materials have been going towards my raid team. Now I'm almost done. I have one more piece of gear that I need in order to get, or purple gear, in order to fill up all the purple gear for my gear tier 12 raid team, and then I got to start working on all the gold stuff. So that team will be done, so I can start saving up this the purple gear materials as well. But that's where we are with Mysterio. So he's at 18. So we're going to go ahead and jump into battle, and I've mentioned this a few different times. I want to find as many city heroes as I can, and I think that's probably going to be the best one there. We've got 3 there, right? So let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, so I'm playing on BlueStacks again. Not sponsored. Don't have any links for it, but I've been running into some issues with it crashing. So I may have to step out and go through a different method here. But all right, so the Sinister Six, I like how they're shaping up and they're coming together and everything. The concern I have is the survivability, especially for Vulture, very low on health. Him and Mysterio are squishies, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and do this, get some defense downs and stuff. But I think it's also... I've been able to do pretty well against the defenders with this team, but the biggest concern is really punching up and taking on stronger teams. Now, I don't have any heals here. Who should I blind here? Let's go ahead and blind Daredevil. But this team being able to defeat higher level teams, I'm not 100% sold on just yet. I like the team. It's fun. But I did try and punch up a little bit. Now, I probably punched up a little too far. But if we take this into... I want to get through a couple of fights here so we can really take a look at how this team comes together. This team right here is a little bit underpowered compared to the team that I have right now. But... I know there's no heals there, but we'll just use that because it's always a fun attack to do. Boom, boom. But I really want to put it to the test because this team has been touted as the city hero killer. And, all right, so let's go ahead and go into the next battle. But, you know, I did have that question about if you're going to be able to use a defenders team against this team and be effective also. I mean, I don't think that coming out with new characters or new teams should absolutely negate the teams or characters that have come before. So I think there needs to be, because you don't want those teams to be obsolete at all, right? All right, let's go ahead and jump into this battle here. All right, so this team is a little bit closer than the other team in power level. So let's go ahead. I like always opening up with that. It's a good, especially against the city team. Now let's see. Let's go ahead and blind Wolverine over here. And then go back to Crossbones, get a couple attacks in here. Always work on Crossbones first. See, I like it. Look at the health, the damage is pretty decent. Reduce that speed bar. All right, so this does this has an assist, but there's no dodge, so we don't need to worry about that. Now, I do like this. Attack primary target for 210% damage, 30% additional damage per negative effect, but we don't have any negative effects up. We do have on Punisher. I should have did that, but you know what? I'm going to do this because you know what? We can, and it's fun. There we go. We'll take Wolverine out over there. Now, what I really want to do is I'm hoping to do some punching up here, at least a little bit in this video, to see how well we do. Do that slow, and then this one. So we're not doing too bad, but we're not really challenging this team just yet either. All right. No real city heroes in here, so let's get some slow effects going on there. Let's see how this team does when it doesn't get the bonuses from city heroes. Let's get the offense up. Do we have anybody doing healing? We really don't. We'll work on, let's see, who can we work on for blind? Wolverine. Do some damage there. And then I'm going to work on getting Cable out of there. Got that taunt up. Let's get Storm out. Vulture's gone. So, I mean, overall, the team is fun to play. It's got some good mechanics. They play off each other very well. And it's just it's just really the survivability of Mysterio and Vulture that has me concerned, and being able to fight stronger teams. I think for the most part, the rotation is pretty well set, in my opinion. I mean, opening up with Vulture's special here, that sets up his basic. Let's do a city hero over here. Get those slows and this offense down. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and do Shocker special so you can generate that energy and then apply the offense up. And then the next is really a blind, because even when you're going up against the defender, so in the Vulture video, I was doing Mysterio's ultimate the very first turn, but you really don't need to do that. You really want to blind Punisher, but right now I don't have to worry about Punisher. I do have Hand Sorceress coming up, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do that anyway. It doesn't always work out the way you need to when you're going up the defenders, because Danny just gets his heal off, and I'm not really overly concerned with that now. Really, you want to blind the Punisher to and remove that damage right there. All right, and we're just going to go ahead and just run through these really quick. Now, also, the Vulture video, I do have some instances where Mysterio has died. He's not dying right now, but in the Vulture video, he was dying, and he was summoning his mirror images, and there's just one basic attack that you can do for the mirror images. All right, and I had to make the switch. I'm not sure why. I need to maybe see if I've got the most updated version of BlueStacks or something, but it's just causing too many issues for me right now. So I am just going off of my phone now. So let's go ahead and find another battle. I did do another battle to punch up the level a little bit. So these next two battles should be a little bit tougher. Let's go ahead and change my team back to these guys and see what we got here. A little bit closer. We got, let's go ahead and jump into this battle. All right, here we go. Yeah, it just works much better. All right, so let's go ahead and attack Luke Cage. Same opening sequence that I'm pretty used to now. Seems to be the normal rotation. And let's see. Let's go ahead and blind Yondu over there. And then let's do some of this. I want the most amount of damage possible. And then there we go. Taunt. I love that adjacent damage from Rhino's taunt. There we go. Not doing too bad. This team is pretty close to our power level. Let's see. How much damage does that do? 290%. This does 200%. We'll just make sure to get that damage in there. All right. Boom. Smack into him. And then clear both of them. All right, a little bit higher team. We have a Defenders team here at 105K. We'll definitely go ahead and take that team on and see how we do. All right, so as I was talking about the rotation here, not too worried about that first heal block, but I am going to target Iron Fist over there and then do this right here so that we can do the slow and the offense down. Now, instead of the heal block here, I'm going to switch over to Punisher, and I'm going to do the blind after I do, obviously, Shocker's offense up. Do the blind on Punisher so we don't take the damage that he's about to dish out. And then we go back to Danny, do the ultimate for Shocker. And then we'll go ahead and do this to change speed bar by 20%. So we're continuing to reduce that speed bar so that we can do more attacks than they can do. And then I always like doing the taunt here with the adjacent damage. There's no clear one negative effect for himself. We don't have any negative effects right here. But you can see what I'm talking about with Vulture right there. He's almost dead. It's just that survivability of him really has me concerned a little bit. I should have probably did that to Luke Cage, seeing how he's got a negative effect over there. And Vulture's basic does give some additional damage to enemies that have negative effects. So see, this is kind of what I'm talking about, the longevity here. I'm only 5k over what I am right now, 5k under what this team is, and we're gonna win. It's just we're not gonna win with everybody right now. And I know, I mean, the team isn't too underpowered, right? I mean, they're all level 60. I'll get them up and continue to test this team. But that's the main concern that I have with this team, is just the survivability of it. How well they work together, and the synergy is awesome, but outside of that, it's very difficult. And then we go back down to teams that are below. So there you go, a bunch of battles. There we go in Blitz using the Sinister Six team. I like the concept of the team. I just don't think the team is going to be as good against that Defenders team as what the intent was. So I guess we'll see. I'd really like to hear from everybody out there your thoughts on this. Do you have the Sinister Six team? I'm sure there's people out there who have this team buffed up much more than I do. But I'm still, regardless of the power level of this team, you try and punch up to higher power level teams. I still have that same concern. So if you or if anybody out there has a stronger team for the Sinister Six and you're seeing different results, I really would like to hear from you. All right, so there you go, everybody. That's what I had for you today. Just go over the community update and really run this Sinister Six team through the trenches, really, in Blitz, and give my thoughts on the team. So I'd really be interested in your thoughts as well. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.